Welcome back everybody to another video. I'm here with this 2004 GMC Sierra 1500 all-wheel drive. This model only comes with a 6-liter LS or LQ, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to do upper control arms on this vehicle right here. So I'm going to take you through step by step, save you a bunch of money. Don't go pay somebody. You can do it. I believe in you. Like, share, subscribe, and let's get into it. Here's the part number for the upper control arm, TC5379-11B1. It's the same on both sides. Step 1, jack up the car, take the wheels off. Before taking anything apart on this top control arm, mark the pins in the metal so you can put them back in roughly the same place. And then these are 21 mil, 21 mil, 21 mil, 21 mil. So take the nut all the way off, leave it loose, and then we'll come over here and mess with the ball joint nut. But first thing, mark these so that you don't put it in the wrong spot. Use a flathead here. You're gonna twist on this. That will release this, and then this comes detached from this upper control arm. We might want to take it off from here as well, just so we get more movement. Here you just pinch this with a pair of needle nose and it'll come out of this little hole. See, there's a hole on that side, same thing on this side. Just squeeze it together and pull it out. Pull the cotter pin out of the castle nut so you can get to the castle nut on the upper ball joint. Use an 18mm on the upper ball joint nut. Take it all the way off. Leave the nut on 3 or 4 threads. Grab a pry bar, put it in here like so. Pry down, whack it with a hammer, and it will pop loose. Now I'm going to take these bolts the rest of the way out here, and then pull the nut off at the very end. Take this bolt out. It's a 10mm. That will take off the brake line from the control arm. Here's your old one versus your new one. The new one has nice fresh bushings. The old one here has a bunch of nasty cracked dried up bushings that are loose and move around. So now we're gonna put this in. We're gonna slide it in first from the top here like so. Get this started in here, and then we will get the bolts just slid through, and just the bolts slid through. Don't put nuts or anything. And then we're going to get this put in. But first I'm going to clean this off because I'm not a hack mechanic and I don't want it to look like crap after I use it. We got these bolts pushed through with nothing else. Now we're going to straighten up this spindle. We're going to slide this through and thread the nut on about 3 or 4 threads. Just enough to hold all this together. We're going to try to save this plastic mount for the ABS sensor with this panel popper, like a door panel popper. We'll put this, jam this underneath all the way, and then pry up. Hopefully it doesn't break. So I don't think it broke. We'll see how it goes. Seems like it's going to hold. We jam this guy back in. Actually, it was facing the other way, wasn't it? That doesn't really matter. Jam it in. Clicky, clicky. We clicky, clicky this one in. At this point, I'm going to tighten the crap out of this castle nut here to bring the ball joint in. And then put the cotter pin through. Get it nice and tight. And then you might have to tighten it a little bit more to get the hole to line up for the cotter pin. Now then we slide this guy through, have it line up like that, take up the whole thing, and then we're going to go and bend that guy all the way around like that. And then we're going to bend this other one off to the side, up, but we're gonna have to clip the lead a little bit so that it fits nice. Take this 10mm bolt, reattach that. Now these are loose. What we're gonna do is you use this side to adjust it, to line your marks back up. You hold it here, and then you just torque the nut down. Same thing on this side. You adjust it with the bolt end, and then you torque it down on the nut end. You just hold this, don't spin it, torque it down on this side and this side. Before you torque these down, you want the weight of the vehicle on the wheels. You want all that so that this is up in its resting standard position before you lock it down. Otherwise, you're going to have issues with binding up the bushings because you set them in the low position and then you push it up. When you drop it on the ground, that's going to preload these bushings pretty badly, and it's going to ride bad, and it's going to tear up the bushings prematurely. So get them snug. See, they still move. Get it a little bit snug, and then put it on the ground, and then torque these over here. Everything's back together. So you're going to do the same exact steps on the other side of the vehicle. It's identical. So don't freak out like you need steps for both sides. It's the same exact steps. After this, you're going to have to go and get a steering alignment. So just go over there. Firestone has lifetime alignments for 200 bucks. You never pay again for the lifetime that you own that vehicle with that VIN number.